Hi everyone, it's Stephanie, and I just want to share a little bit with you tonight about some things that I've been thinking about regarding my channel, my YouTube channel, and also my blog, and the kind of content that I am sharing. So at the time of making this video, I currently have 611 YouTube subscribers. Many of these people subscribed during a time when I was eating a primarily raw vegan diet, and I was also doing a lot of juicing. And I had one video where my most viewed video, which actually currently has a little over 500,000 views. And in that video, I discussed the months after my 28-day juice fast, which was a very long time to drink all green juices. But anyway, I gained a lot of weight and went through a lot of issues with my health and metabolism and all kinds of things. So I think during that, because that video got so much attention, I think I gained a lot of subscribers that way. And my content now maybe isn't, it does not serve those people that had subscribed what they're interested in. So we'll see, and you know, what happens to those numbers now that I'm going to start sharing more of myself. But basically, so I shared a video about 4 months ago talking about a little bit about how I've been in school and just kind of what I'm up to right now, and then I shared a link to this piece that I wrote about the epiphany that I had on the acupuncture table and how that really shifted my life. And today, when I went back and looked at that video, I saw that it has 35 views after 4 months of sitting there. And it used to be, and granted, this video was posted 5 or 6 years after I had been posting regularly and would get, you know, hundreds and sometimes thousands of views on my videos. So a lot of people, I think, just don't know that I exist anymore. But yeah, 35 views is what it currently has after sitting on YouTube for 4 months. And so, and most of those views, or not most, but a lot of them, I think, are probably me and my kids when we watched the videos, when it first got uploaded. So what I realized is that I don't have very many people watching my videos anymore. And thank you to the ones that have been watching, and I'm glad that you're still here. But I realized that this fear that I had put in front of me that prevented me from sharing myself was that, oh, I have this big audience. I mean, big audience, big for me. I get that there are hundreds of YouTubers that have millions of views all the time. But for me, speaking to hundreds and thousands of people, that's a big audience. And so I felt this pressure to create the kind of content that I thought that they wanted to see. And originally when I started sharing myself, it wasn't about that. It was just me sharing myself and my experience. And I just wanted to provide my perspective. And it stopped being about that. And I think that's why I stopped posting videos, because I felt like this sort of like a fake made up expectation that people had of me that it probably wasn't even there, and honestly didn't matter too much anyway, because I think the whole reason why people started watching my videos is because I was being authentic and just sharing myself. So anyway, I have been thinking about this recently, and actually in that last video that I did post, the one from 4 months ago, I had mentioned at the end that I wanted to start posting more and sharing more on YouTube and also on my blog, and not worry so much about, oh, is this perfect? Is this, you know, should I edit this down? You know, what should I do with this content so that people will receive it well? You know, I just want to kind of get that out of the way and just be me. And so that brings me back to, why am I even doing this? And the reason why I started making videos in the beginning is because I was inspired by other people doing the same thing, by other people sharing their experience. And this has all been like health and nutrition related stuff. And one of the very first people that I started watching on YouTube that inspired me was Lori Painter, Inspire to Act. I'll put a little link to her channel. in there. And her and I now currently probably have different nutritional philosophies, but I still love her and watch her videos, and I follow her on Instagram, and I get very inspired by her all the time. But, you know, people say, this is so cliche when I think it's cliche when I hear people say, oh, well, if I just inspire one person, if I just touch one person with my video, then that's enough for me. And I always, when I've heard people say that before, I think, oh, how humble of you. You know, but honestly, like, that's a real thing. I think that people really feel that way, and I really feel that way because, you know, each of us are the own centers of our universe in a way, right? Like, I only know my experience fully. I can pretend that I know or try to understand other people's experiences, but I only know mine. And so to me, you know, I feel that feeling of being inspired. Like, I know what that feels like. And with her video, I don't, you know, if she inspired me to go out and make a salad that day or whatever, or someone else's video inspired me to take a yoga class or whatever it may be, if they just inspired me, if I was the only person in that whole audience of people that watched that video and got inspired, that is enough, because that was my life. And that had a profound impact on my choices in that day, like a ripple effect. You do one thing that leads to another, that leads to another, and it can be life-changing. One simple step that you make, and that step could have been inspired by the words that somebody said when they were just sharing their experience and what was so for them. And so thank you, Lori, and all the other people that have shared themselves authentically, because you are inspiring and you inspired me to start sharing. And so really, I've been going back to think like, okay, what do I want my channel to be about and my blog? What do I want to share? And on one of my very first blog posts, I said, I don't want to be the authority. I don't want to have to defend my stance on things. I just want to share what I'm doing, what has worked for me, what hasn't worked for me, and then you from there, you know, I can provide links to the research that I'm reading. You know, I am a biochemistry student right now, and so I am reading a ton of research. I'm also doing undergraduate research in the School of Public Health, or at the School of Public Health. And so, yeah, like, I am in it all. And so I can provide links to the things that I'm reading, but I don't want to have to justify what I'm doing. I just want to share my experience with things, and I want that to be enough. And if you are looking for other types of content, that's fine. But I just want to be here to share myself. And yeah, it brings me back to the question that I oftentimes ask myself about my life and where I'm at and where I want to go. And that is, how can I help? What gifts do I naturally possess that just by sharing myself and my life and my experience will somehow touch someone else and inspire them to be a certain way or take some action or just feel better, just to know that I have the same struggles as this person, or, you know, whatever it may be. Just sharing myself and my experience somehow can lift somebody else up. Even if it's one person, then it's all worth it, because it was worth it to me, one person, when I watched other people's videos. So yeah, I think that it can be, sharing yourself can be life-changing for other people. If those people that inspired me had remained silent, then I would not have achieved the kind of growth that I did in the way that I did. So thank you again to all of you. Yeah, so I think instead of getting caught up in what other people expect of me, or the stories I'm making up about what other people expect of me, I would like to try something new before I make my videos. I would like to, you know, if I'm inspired to present some content, I want to ask myself, will creating this potentially help somebody in some way? Will it be possibly meaningful for someone? And with that intention, as a result of me just sharing authentically who I am or what I'm experiencing, you know, whether it's just being authentic, striving for an amazing life, what recipe that I just came up with, or a recipe that someone else came up with that I want to share with you. Just if I'm coming from a place of joy and gratitude and compassion and wanting to spread love and health and wellness, then yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to share. And I want to share that with every person that I can possibly touch and, you know, not literally, but you know what I mean, reach out there into the universe. You guys are all here with me right now, and this is very special that we are all alive and experiencing life right now. So if I can inspire somebody with my sharing, that is my goal. And yeah, so hopefully I will be posting more often than I have. I mean, one video and then 4 months later, that's pretty good, as opposed to a video and then 5 years later. So at least I'm on the right track. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you are so inclined, and like my video, and you can share my video or comment. I love to interact with you guys in the comments. And if you want to check out my blog, it's primalpraxis.com. I will link that in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching.